Hello everyone, so this is episode 7. Um, I decided maybe 30 minutes ago I'm gonna do 2 album reactions tonight to one artist, Olivia Dean. I am gonna react to her album from 2023, Messy, and her newest album, The Art of Loving. I have a few points that I want to touch on in today's episode. Today, I shared the news yesterday that the place I was working at, they're closing down. So, I guess day 2, it's affecting me a little more than I thought it would. Just process, but like I was saying, like you just have to keep going up and you have to stay strong. And I have faith in myself that I can do that. And I just want to be that version of myself that the person who wants to do the right things and not run to my vices, you know what I mean? And so I kept myself very contained today. I made sure I had a game plan. I made sure not to edit all my videos last night because I needed something to do today to distract me. And didn't allow myself to take a nap because I'm really vulnerable when I wake up, really emotional, really just raw. So I made sure I had something to do as soon as I woke up today, because I already deep cleaned everything yesterday. So yeah, I haven't showered today. Shocker, you tell. I haven't showered or taken a bath. I'm really big on baths. I take a lot of baths, but that just was not in my cards today. That goes into just, the lack of motivation as of right now. My appetite for a month now has been a little bit not great. It's been a little spotty. Like my dad's girlfriend got me some Frosted Flakes, and usually that's like game over, but today I had to like force myself to finish the second half of the cereal. First half I was like, second half I was like, but I knew I had to get something in me. Speaking of, I am drinking an energy drink out of this fun little cup. What time is it? 7 p.m. I don't even know what time it is. I know I need to get stuff in my body. It's just the process of getting it in there. That's the hard part, Really weird spot in my life. Again, definitely not the worst spot I've ever been in, I'll tell you that. But weird all the same. I was thinking, I wrote this down, so obviously I guess I want to talk about it, but at my old job, Salad and Go, my manager, Trevor, finally get to say his name. I know, big moment for all of us, all my day ones. I've been watching episode by episode. Trevor, he's a homosexual. He's a queer, just like me. And as I've gotten older and I've gone through addiction, I've experienced addiction, I've experienced a bunch of shit. I have learned to keep things a little bit closer to the chest. And when I first started over at a good old Salad and Go, I didn't make it very clear that I was, an ally, a fellow cocksucker. So I gravitate towards women because, you know, growing up gay, young in Oklahoma, it's a very small town, you become accustomed to not having that many straight friends. You know what I mean? So, you know, automatically I always gravitate towards women in a work environment and a social environment. That's just what happens. And you know, I'm a really friendly guy. Like, seriously, I love knowing stuff about people. Like, right off the bat, I want to know, like, what's your favorite movie? What kind of music do you like? You know, like, I want to get to know you, you know? And I recognize that's overbearing for some people. I get it. Some people haven't really experienced that in their life. So when they get it from a rando at work, it's probably a little bit like, this guy wants to fuck me. So I see it from that perspective. But anyways, I remember the day. It's because Taylor Swift's new album was coming out, and I was already having a shitty day at work, but I was like, you know what, nothing's gonna bring this motherfucker down. And it was right when I was leaving, and Trevor was like, Dylan, we need to talk outside. And I was like, okay. So we went outside, and he told me that he phrased it as some of his girls, a fucking pimp, a Salnigo pimp. And he was like, some of my girls have come to me and told me that you made them uncomfortable. And I was like, wow. I was like, number one, I have worked many jobs, and that is not a brag. That is not a brag. Through the course of my addiction, I have gained and lost many jobs. And some of them I worked there for long periods of time. And I was just like shocked because this has never been a situation I've been in before. I've never had a manager come up and tell me that before. So I was just automatically like, well, that is very unfortunate because I am a homosexual. Like I said, cocksucker. And he immediately like was just like, oh, you know, I am too, blah, blah, blah. He was like, I have a boyfriend. My boyfriend comes and visits the store or whatever. And I didn't tell him I already knew that because, listen, he had me on the computer doing training for like 5 fucking days, 3, maybe 3 tops. And he would always leave his phone just on the counter. So when his phone would light up, it was him and his boyfriend. So, you know, call me nosy, or you can call me perceptive. But I was like, yeah, shocker. I was like, what? Whoa, crazy stuff. And yeah, so he told me that he's a queer, and he was like, so everyone here, like, they're cool with it, whatever. And I was like, yeah. And I was just like, I'm sorry, I never meant to ever make anyone feel uncomfortable at any point. And then he went on. He went on to basically, essentially tell me that I should out myself. He told me that I should start making it clear that I'm not a predator. And I straight up said, I was like, well, it's weird that I would have to out myself so people don't think I want to fuck them. And sure enough, went home, listened to Taylor Swift, my least favorite album by Taylor, worst day of my fucking life, basically. And so my next shift, I made sure to wear my Lady Gaga shirt, and you know, I started just, oh my God, fuck it, I just started telling people, I was like, I don't know how long I'm gonna be at this job, and I don't want people thinking I'm following women into restrooms and shit. So it was just a whole thing, and I've never experienced that before. I've never felt like that I had to make it clear that I like men just so people didn't think that I was coming on to them. And a part of me hates that because I'm like, at what point are you thinking this is trying to fuck that? You know what I mean? It was really kind of mind blowing. I was like, it's the ugliest bitches too that are out here that are like, oh wow, he really wants me because he asked me what my favorite movie is. What? No, that's literally not the situation. And it's always the women and the men that have been in relationships for like 6 years, 10 years with some ugly motherfucker, and you know, they're in that relationship because they're never gonna have anything else outside of that. You know what I mean? Like, does that make sense? Like, is this clicking? But anyways, yeah, it was just a really weird experience and pissed me off a lot. And And I've just been thinking about that, because obviously I'm gonna be getting a new job, and I need to, I don't know. I don't know. I shouldn't have to explain anything about myself to anyone. I say that, and then I say I'm over here asking people, what movies they like, what shows they like, but there's kind of a big gap between what's your favorite movie and you want to fuck, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's just weird, very weird. But I wrote down positive mindset. What's that? Today I ain't heard of that. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not depressed. I'm not sad. I'm just, I guess you could say, a little lost. As melodramatic as that sounds. Shout out Melodrama by Lorde, greatest album of all time. But I thrive in the nighttime. There's nothing I enjoy more than once the sun goes down and I get my lights on and I get to just do whatever the fuck I want. I feel like I have this heavy weight lifted off my chest, whereas, like I was saying, in the morning, whole day ahead of me, I feel like I'm just so vulnerable and emotional. So I'm in my prime right now. It's hit at least 7, maybe 8 right now. So I'm on my way up. And the last thing I wrote on here, which I decided is going to be the title of this episode, is Brother. I'm not going to say his name or anything, but I was adopted when I was 3 years old, and my brother was like 8, and we were adopted together. We're blood brothers. He's the only blood family member I've ever known, and we had some issues growing up. I mean, he had issues for sure, because he was older than me when we were adopted, so he remembered everything, like the process and our birth parents and the sisters that we had, and or have, I should say. And so he just was not a nice person. And it's not like I was fighting back or anything, and I was kind of an easy target, little gay boy. Like, it doesn't get easier than that, you know what I mean, in Oklahoma, at least. And I just, a lot of animosity towards him. But then I ended up living with them for a few years, right after I graduated high school. And we had a whole situation that I just don't want to share it, because it involves him. And after me talking all this shit about my manager and coworkers, but it involves him. So, and I feel like there's one thing about a sibling, is that no matter what, I feel like I've become a little bitter in my later years. I like to think I'm not, but some things have been proving that differently as of late. And but I just can't force myself to feel anything but love towards my brother. And me and him, we haven't talked in about, we've messaged recently, but we haven't had a full-on conversation at all in about like 5-6 years. And I miss him. I miss my brother. I miss I just have so many friends. First lie of the episode. I have 3 friends. Let's be fucking honest. I have 3 friends, but they're always surrounded by their family, by their other friends, and it's just, sometimes you can't help but let it get to you. You know what I mean? And like I said, he's the only blood relative I have. Say what you want, but that does mean something. Relative I have that I know. And I don't know. I do not know. That's just something I still need to process and prepare myself for when I'm ready to take that step to really try and connect with him again. If he's gonna accept that, obviously that's not up to me, but And obviously I would love that. That's the best case scenario, but will that happen? We've yet to see it. Yeah, we have yet to see that. But yeah, just a lot of random but heavy stuff on my mind tonight. In regards to my sobriety, like I said earlier in the episode, I am just keeping myself busy. There is a fear the longer this goes on, because getting a job nowadays, it takes a lot longer than what it used to. I know I sound like such an old man when I say that, but it's so true. But it's just, oh, it's hard. It's hard. But the people I have around me are the people I love most in this world, so my life is not without blessing. Yeah. But I'm gonna go ahead and end this episode. I have 2 albums I need to react to. They're both 30 minutes, a little over 30 minutes, which honestly, thank God. I reacted to a fucking 21-track album last night. I had fun. You should go watch that. I mean, good times. But I'm like, man. Like by track 14, I was like, but no, I had fun. Like, I don't want to disregard any kind of reaction or anything I had in the video to that album, because I did have fun. But yeah, I love you guys. We're all blessed. We should remember that. And I wanted to do an intro to this video, but this vibe right now isn't really giving like fun little intro vibes, you know what I mean? This is giving just straight to the point, which is kind of where my life needs to fall into, like that place, straight to the point, you know what I mean? Does that make sense? But anyways, I love you guys. Thank you for watching, and I'm grateful for your time. Time is very precious. And yeah, and like I said, we're all blessed, and we should remember that. And just be safe out there. Yeah. All right. Good night. Have a good night. A good day, wherever you are.